Oh my God, it is so early. It is early. I got up today at 5:30 this morning, headed out of Paris today, and I'm going to go see what I consider to be one of my top 5 places I've always wanted to see. This is one of those, when you're a photographer, you have your meccas, you have your locations that you want to visit. Kind of have a cold today, so I sound funny. Hopefully you guys can hear me. But yeah, there are these places. So, for example, a little bit less than 10 years ago, I went to Santorini, Greece, which was my number one favorite. I would say probably my favorite location to date for photography purposes. Definitely, probably Santorini and Athens, Greece that was a dream, right? That was a dream. Well, today, I believe, and to all my French friends that I've made on this journey, and all my French friends at home, you will have to forgive me because I've made some mistakes pronouncing things. I think I called Champs-Élysées Champs-Élysées in one of my videos. I posted it anyway, it was kind of funny. But I think it's called Mont-Saint-Michel, which is a magical place for photography and videography. And I'm super excited. So it's a 4-hour drive. We had to be here way early. I'm so tired. Got this little raspy throat. I found some coffee. In Paris, I got Starbucks. This is my first Starbucks coffee. I like Starbucks, but we're here in Paris. I've been trying to avoid chains. Couldn't avoid chains today because I just didn't have time, and it was really, really early. But the end product, I'm hoping, is going to be worth it. So I'm really excited. So it's gonna be a 4-hour drive. We're gonna get there. It's gonna be the middle of the day. Who knows what the light's gonna look like? I've seen pictures come out of this location during sunsets, in the blue hour, evening time, morning time. We're not gonna get that. We're gonna be in the middle of the day. You get what you work with, right? Another thing is I'm with this group, and I don't know if it's going to be a photography-related group. Tip for you guys, if you want to focus on photography, you need to look for photography-related groups. I'm gonna do a shout out to my friend Glenn Steiner out of the Bay Area. He ran a photography group that took us to Santorini, Greece, and it was focused on photography, and he did a great job. Fantastic if you're interested in looking for somebody. But for this particular purpose, this might be a different type of adventure. I'll be working with people that want to move. I'm hoping it's at your leisure. That's what I'm hoping. Because I want to get that iconic shot in front of this amazing island. I've been wanting to do this forever. So I have the gear for it today. So depending on how the light looks, if it's bad light, I have the gear to combat that light. So I got some good camera lenses, got my Osmo Pocket, which I decided on this trip that if I'm ever doing anything that involves something other than portraiture, although even portraiture, I'm going to be using my Osmo Pocket. I'm going to try to get some time lapse out there, make it interesting. Hopefully there's some clouds to move through the scene. We'll see. But that's kind of the plan. So stick with me on this adventure. Oh, and I wanted to give you another tip. This is to all the photographers out there. I might sound like, I've traveled a lot, right? It's important to me. Travel's important to me, right? Travel should be important to you if you can do it. And you don't have to spend a lot of money. You just need to find interesting locations to go. So you can build your portfolio with, things that you want to build with. I'm predominantly a portrait photographer, so I get the benefit of knowing my area, understanding where the best locations are. And I can create things that are not in places like this. It's pretty easy. But like if you're trying to build a general landscape photography, whatever, I think a lot of photographers forget that you want to spend a lot of money on gear, and not as much money on travel. I think travel needs to be part of a photography budget, especially if you're building a portfolio. I think it's really important because that's really what's going to make you stand out against the crowd. Getting to locations that are going to give you the backdrops or just the scenes that you want is extremely important. So you really need to think about that as you're building your budget. And I know, some people have more money than others. I understand that. But there's still ways, even in your local communities, to just scout, look for things, and travel to things in your local community that are amazing. Because everywhere we live, there's something that's amazing. You just have to find it. So, that being said, I'm going to skip out. This is going to be a long video today because I'm going to kind of go through the steps of how I got to this place. I am like super tired right now. Super tired. Anyway, another reason why I'm happy for this adventure today. Most of the trip has been spent in Paris, which is a beautiful city, but that's all we've been doing is being in the city. So today we get to go experience the beautiful French countryside. And the views right now are stunning. I'm really excited about getting out and exploring a little bit more of France. Okay, so now I'm getting excited because these clouds are out, and I think that's going to make our exposures nice and even. So I was a little worried. I should have known better. This is probably an area that is foggy a lot. I did not want the sun to be high noon when I was taking pictures of this thing. So super excited. Just a white sky, very white. I'm very happy. So we'll see what happens. We're almost there. Guys, we made it. Mont-Saint-Michel. This is a bucket list item for me. It happened today. This is it. I mean, look at that. Dude. I've been to Santorini. That was a bucket list item. This is a bucket list item. As a photographer, you want to hit up places like this. And my hope is that it doesn't rain today. I've heard that it might rain. And silly me, in sunny old Paris, I forgot to bring my umbrella. And that could potentially be a problem because it might rain. And I bet you, they sell umbrellas here, but I bet you they cost like 20 euros. They're gonna make money on those umbrellas today. But I will be walking back to the shuttle with an umbrella. And it's just an unfortunate thing I have to buy because I intend to get pictures on the way out. Videos on the way in, pictures on the way out. My God. That was a lot of steps. Getting up to the top of this thing is no joke. But this is what you get at the end of it. All right, I'm going in the Abbey to take some pictures. I'm gonna put the Osmo away until I walk back out. Talk to you. That's enough of shooting with the camera in here in the Abbey. Man, this place is incredible. I mean, this is right up there with all the other great churches in the world. But you know, I'm gonna start heading out. So I'm probably gonna go get something to eat because I'm starving. And then I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna walk back to the buses, and I'm just gonna spend the rest of the time there. Stunning architecture. I gotta be honest. Like, it's interesting. I'm sure there's a ton of like really good YouTube videos that go over the interior. They just, you know, the photographer. We rarely. I mean, I've seen so many images of the Mont-Saint-Michel itself. I'm glad I came up here. This place is massive. Beautiful. Okay, found my place to eat. So apparently on the island, lamb is something that they like to do. I'm not a big fan of lamb. Another thing they do is oysters. and I love oysters, so they're gonna bring some of those to me. One little trick I found out from my food tour guide is that you can order drinking water, which is free, by ordering un carafe d'eau. So still water, €8, you can avoid it. That's a little tip for you guys. What else did I get? Oh, so they're also known for their cider here because they grow apples in the region. Grapes do not grow in Normandy as well as apples. So I'm like, if I'm here, I'm having a cider. My Grandma Rose would be proud of me. I'm having oysters for lunch right there. And let me tell you something. That beauty, that is the best cider I have had in my whole life. It is absolutely amazing. So I ate at this restaurant in Mont-Saint-Michel, and I was anticipating this to be really touristy, but I got to give these guys some love. This was a fantastic meal. This was probably 5 stars. Probably. I had maybe 2 or 3 meals, including the food tour. That was good. That place is right up there. Probably one of the best meals I've had here, and it's literally on this extreme. I mean, this is touristy, man. I was not anticipating that. I mean, the cider, I kid you not, it's the best cider I've ever had, ever. Okay, so I'm gonna buy myself an umbrella, and I'm gonna head out and get the picture that I came here for. But I gotta find an umbrella. Let's go, man. I'm really excited about this picture. It's really cool. I was in the restaurant, by the way, and there was this kid came up to me, asked what I was eating. He didn't know what they were. I didn't order the mussels. I ordered the oysters. It sounded better to me. He asked what they were, and he asked if I was doing a YouTube channel. And I said, yeah, but it's really small. You know why? Because you guys haven't hit it up yet. You guys haven't given me a subscribe. So he said he's going to subscribe. Hopefully he does. He was a really cool kid. But I'd love for you guys to subscribe because I have some content that's coming out, and there's going to be a lot from France. This is just one of many videos that are coming out of France. Got 2 really exciting photo shoots lined up for tomorrow, and we'll see what we get. Look at this, everybody. We've got some serious photographers here today. We got Pro Photo gear. Very good, very expensive. I'm a Godox fan, but Pro Photo is a good light, no doubt. I don't think I'm going to spend that much money on a Pro Photo. Not knocking them. Great light. Godox, great light too. Oh man, so these images with my 24mm lens created some really nice wide shots at the beginning. I had to zoom in at 35 a little bit with the Super 35 mode on Sony's A7R III, so I felt like it was a little too wide. And now that I'm walking back even further, I decided to switch to my 85mm because I think it's getting too small. And I want to find some interesting compositions from further away, and that's why I'm walking back to the bus point as opposed to taking the bus back. That's where you're losing all the shots. Don't take the bus back. Make an effort to walk back. That's where you're going to find the good compositions for this thing anyway. So we'll see what we get with my 85. I'd like to do a time lapse. I don't think I'm going to have time. I'm not going to have time for a time lapse because alas, I need to be back at the bus. But we'll see. It depends. And actually, the Osmo Pocket's great, but it'd be extremely wide. I don't think we get very good footage. We'd have to be close. I didn't have time to do that. I had to make a sacrifice. So was it either going to be a time lapse close enough to this thing, which would have been really cool because there were a lot of people walking around, or do I want to get the shot that I wanted to get for a long time, which is the shot that a lot of people get, which is just a really cool composition, a little bit away from Mont-Saint-Michel. I went for the latter because that's what I want. I want to take my own picture that a lot of people have taken. And that's okay. You can do that too. Don't let anybody say that you can't do that. I know I've seen people say, hey, that's the same thing over and over and over. Why are you doing that? Find your own thing. And that, and there's definitely something to that. But at the same time, you also want to make sure that you get the shots, right? So find an angle, man. I'm not on the beaten path. I actually found a cool little trail. So it's a little bit different, but there are a lot of people walking on it. Not too many. It's worth it because it's different. This is kind of what I envisioned. So I might, I think what I might do is if I get back far enough, not quite far enough away in my opinion from my 85mm. I think I decided one of these is going to be on my wall. I just don't know which one yet, but I'm going to put it on the wall. So hey guys, I'm going to share my final thoughts, probably a little later when I'm walking home. It's a fantastic place to go. You need to go if you get a chance. It's beautiful.
I have some thoughts on how you do it, but I'll share that at the end.
So here I am, my final day out near Shakespeare and Company, very famous bookstore in Paris, France. Just want to give my final thoughts on Mont-Saint-Michel. I thought the tour was really good. I thought it was exactly what it needed to be for people that wanted to just go experience it and go through all the exhibits and take pictures at their leisure. I think the change that I would have made if I did it again is two things. One, I would probably see if there's a photography specific tour that actually focuses more on the outside of the island, which is where I wanted to focus. And then, if I really had my way, I'd definitely stay there for one night, maybe two. So I could try to get some interesting mornings or evenings. But I'm not complaining. I've got some really nice pictures and looking forward to seeing what we get from them. But yeah, it's an amazing place. I would strongly recommend checking it out. So, Derek Giovanni, Derek G Photography out. I will talk to you on the flip side. Bye.